Welcome everybody to live show number 6. And before I forget, I'd like to thank the moderators for keeping the chat civil, the sponsors for sending interesting products, and you for showing up. Also, this show is being recorded with a web camera that I'm looking into right now, and another camera which is behind the web camera, the HD camcorder, which I'm looking into now. So if you're looking at this later on my Rodney Reynolds YouTube channel and you're wondering, why is this guy looking away from the camcorder? Well, I'm looking into the web camera right now, and now I'm looking into the camcorder. So that's what's happening there. I know some people were confused about that. I had emails about that, about people wondering what was going on there. So that's what's happening there. Okay, so let's get on with it. The show will consist of 3 main segments. I'll be answering questions that I've selected from my Rodney Reynolds website, the forum section. Also taking your questions about this week's videos. And finally, a mystery product or products. So, here we go. First though, let me ask you where you're from, introduce yourself, and I'll start a poll here as well. The reason why I do this at the beginning of every show is to figure out where everybody is from. So here we go. Are you from North America or elsewhere? Let us know. Introduce yourself to everyone else. Let's be all friends here. There's close on 200 viewers here right now, so let's do it. Where are you from? A poll's going up soon. Start poll. Here we go. Where are you from? And pretty much just like that, the results are in. And very interesting. Last week's show, I believe there were not as many people overseas watching live. It's good to see. We have 37% overseas watching and around 63% in North America. Of course, there's going to be more North America because that's where I'm from. Canada, to be exact, if you don't know. Okay, so what I'm going to do here first, this will be the first part of this live show. It'll be 3 segments again of around 10 minutes each. So I'll start my trusty timer. Okay, first I'm going to head to rodneyreynolds.com and go over some of the questions that have been asked throughout the week. And by the way, if you want to ask me a question, don't email me, don't post a message on my YouTube channels, don't post them anywhere else. Go to rodneyreynolds.com, hit the forum, and then ask me there. If I don't get to them right away, somebody else is sure to do that, because there's lots of fantastic people over there who go in and answer the questions, to be honest, a lot quicker than I do, and that's perfectly fine. Usually I follow up if I need to, and sometimes I don't even need to do that. So the first question that I'll answer here is, what's the difference between ATX 2, 2.1, 2.2, and 2.3 power supplies? It's very confusing to people. Which one should you get? Well, ATX stands for Advanced Technology Extended, and the revisions, basically it's revisions. 2, 2.1, 2.2, and 2.3, they're different revisions. So in other words, 2.3 would be or should be a newer power supply than 2.1. So if you want to get new, go with a higher revision number like ATX 2.3. If you want to get an older or maybe a more affordable power supply, go with a lower revision. Which one's better? Of course, well, maybe the later one would be the best, the highest revision, because it's the newest, some newer standards and so on and so forth. But most of these standards are pretty good for most builds, unless you're going to an extreme build. That should be fine. Okay, this next question is about a media player. This person is in a situation where they cannot install a media player on the computer system and they actually want to run it, like for example off of a flash drive. What do you do there? Well, you can download VLC. You can download the .zip file or the .compressed file, and what you can do then is extract it using WinRAR or something like that, and then you can run the executable file from your flash drive. That should work perfectly fine, and you do not need to go ahead and install it on the computer system. I know in some situations, like maybe at school or certain computer systems in public libraries and things like that, where you can't run or install software, of course, because they don't want you to do that because it could be a virus and that type of thing. So that is why someone was asking that. You could download VLC. VLC will play audio and video. Quite a good player overall. Just reading the question here. This is about mice, computer mice. Which one is best? Now, I'm not going to mention the names here of the ones that this person mentioned. It doesn't really matter. But you know what? If you're picking out a computer mouse, obviously there are a few things to look for. I mean, you want to have enough buttons, at least for your application. You want the DPI to be high enough. And you also maybe you're concerned about look. Maybe you want it to be wired or wireless. But a mouse is a personal preference, to be honest. You really should try and go to your computer store and try them on, literally. You know, grab them and see if they fit your hand right. Because in some cases, some computer mice, they're too big. You know, some people's hands are very small and the computer mouse just too big. In some cases, you might have a huge hand and you need to have a large mouse, and maybe, you know, the mouse you just bought or the mouse that you have is too small. So you really have to go to the store and literally try it on. It's almost like going and trying on pants or a shirt, I think. Buying a computer mouse, you know, just on the fly, well, you can always return it, I guess, if you want to. But I think it's good if you have the time and if you have a place close by to go out and at least try them on. You don't have to buy them there. I mean, you can always buy them online if you wanted to. Just go somewhere and try them on and make sure that it feels right to you. And actually, this goes for keyboards too. Not only computer mice, but keyboards. Keyboards, is a personal preference for a lot of people. Sometimes they're not laid out properly. Sometimes it just doesn't work for some people. Like, for example, some people go from a standard keyboard to a laptop keyboard and they're completely dumbfounded. I mean, they just can't use it. So you really need to try these things on. This is a question about the best music player. This is just for audio. You know, the one that's built into Windows is fine for the most part. If you're not happy with that, I know there are a few suggestions here in the forum from other people. I suggested Winamp. That's an excellent one. You could use iTunes. You could also use Foobar. I haven't used that one. Music Monkey, I have used that one years ago, and it was quite good. So those are a few suggestions for music players. Now this next question is about overclocking or buying a pre-overclocked or a super overclocked video card. You know, should you go with something like that? And if you buy that particular overclocked or pre-overclocked video card, can you overclock it even further? Well, yes, you can overclock it even further, but usually these pre-overclocked video cards, well, they're pre-overclocked, and usually they are at the safe limit or the maximum safe limit of that particular video card. They will pretty much max out the safe GPU speed and the safe memory speed for that particular video card. But yes, you can always tweak it and overclock it more. You could probably increase the voltage of the GPU and maybe even hit higher speeds than the pre-overclocked video card actually has. Now, my thoughts on pre-overclocked video cards are this. They're great and all if you don't want to get involved with overclocking. But they're very easy to overclock, and a lot of companies will have software that you can use to very easily and safely overclock your video card. So you don't need really to spend that extra money and buy a pre-overclocked video card. You could just go ahead and get one that's pretty much stock, and then you could just overclock it. Now in some cases stock video cards don't come with great coolers and that type of thing, but still, usually in most cases you will be able to get a pretty decent overclock out of a stock video card. So that would be my suggestion on that. Don't buy some kind of super clocked video card or pre-overclocked video card if you can overclock it yourself. The next question is about a GTX 460 video card and a power supply. Well, I've done a number of Q&A videos on power supplies and what kind of power supply you need for your particular setup. There are all kinds of power supply calculators on the internet, all kinds. Just Google it, power supply calculator. But in this particular case, this person was looking for and were wondering if the power supply, the 400 watt power supply that this person has right now, is it powerful enough for a single GTX 460 1 gigabyte video card? It's kind of borderline. You really need to have a 450 or a 500 watt quality brand name power supply for that video card. Of course, that's depending upon all the other hardware that you have. The next question is a great one. And this one is about AMD ditching the ATI brand for the Radeon graphics. I don't know if this is a good idea at all, but I know I just can't shake this ATI thing, because every single time I post something about it on the news, I always refer to it as ATI. Sometimes, I'll mention ATI in videos and so on and so forth. ATI has been around for a very long time, and it's a good question. Is it a good idea for them to drop the ATI branding? I don't know. I don't think it is, to be honest, but I understand why they're doing it. They're trying to, everything is AMD and just make things a little easier for marketing reasons and PR and all that kind of stuff. And this next question is really too long to answer, but I'll answer it really quickly. What's better, AMD or Intel? Well, I think Intel for me is better for my particular work, video editing, and also gaming for my main computer system, but I'm using an AMD system right now broadcasting this. So whatever floats your boat, if you're on a budget, AMD will pretty much win hands down every single time. Okay, that's the end of part 1 of this live show. Part 2 is about the video reviews and other videos that I did during the week. I'll just link them to you right now in this live chat so you can go there if you're not already on the website. I did 2 video reviews this week, one on the Silverstone SG07 small form factor case and the Patriot Rage 32 gigabyte flash drive. Let me get those links up right now so you can go to them. I've got so many tabs over here. Okay. So this is the link to the Silverstone product. And this is the link to the Patriot Rage flash drive product. Well, we've got 200 viewers on right now. Okay, questions about the Silverstone SG07 case or the Patriot 32 gigabyte Rage flash drive. I'll first hit this flash drive. See this thing? Now this is this uses 4 NAND chip, NAND chips, and the performance on this is a little better than a standard USB 2 flash drive. Someone has the 8 gigabyte version. Yes, it is awesome. I have to say that this is a nice. If you're looking for capacity over speed, then you're still looking for a USB 2 drive, because USB 3 drives are still very fast. There's a lot of people that do not have USB 3 capable motherboards and controllers and so on and so forth. So still, a lot of people are looking for USB 2 flash drive. I know a lot of people are wondering, like, huh? Why are you going and reviewing a USB 2 flash drive, man? Why don't you review USB 3 flash drive? Well, people are still looking for these. This is a 32 gigabyte version. They have a 64 gigabyte version, I believe a 16 gigabyte and an 8 gigabyte version of this flash drive as well. Great thing about this flash drive that I really honestly love, which sounds really silly, is this retractable end. I mean, this is wonderful. Most flash drives, well, they have caps. And how many of us have lost these caps or misplaced these caps, or they've fallen down behind God knows what, the couch or your desk, and you're upset? No more. This retractable end is very, very simple, but it works quite well. You know what? I should start a poll right now. Stop poll, remove poll. What size is your flash drive? Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4 options. Okay. Less than 2 gigabytes? No, less than 8 gigabytes. $16 gigabytes. 16 gigabytes plus. Sorry, let me cancel this. Stop. Hold on. Sorry, guys. What size is your flash drive? Okay. Here's the poll. What size is your flash drive? 8 gigabytes or less? 16 gigabytes or greater, or 32 gigabytes or greater? I kind of figured that most people have flash drives that are around 8 gigabytes or less. Why? Because they are inexpensive, they are affordable, and not everyone on the planet is rich. Okay, that's it for this one. Let's talk about the wonderful Silverstone SG07 small form factor mini ITX case. This is an amazing product. Absolutely outstanding product for a mini ITX case. Let me start another poll. Do you have a mini ITX case? Yes or no? Or considering one? Start poll. Here we go, another poll. So why are these mini ITX cases so wonderful? Well, this one is great because it has this huge 180 millimeter fan at the top. By the way, this one intakes cool air, has a filter on the top that's very easily removable. You just slide it off like so. And you can fit a video card up to 12.2 inches in length. Yes, in a mini ITX case, you can fit a video card that's up to 12.2 inches in length. Insane? Yes, I would say that that is insane for a mini ITX case. I don't know that there is another mini ITX case out there that will fit a video card that long in it. I don't honestly know how much this case is right now. Let me go to the video review that I did on this. Maybe it's Price Grabber has a listing for it there. Just give me a second. I'll check it out. They don't. I think if you do a search though, let me just do a search. I'll post the results here too in chat so you can go in there and have a look if you want to. There isn't. I don't see a search result for that at the moment. In any case, you can try to do your search yourself here. I'll post a link to Price Grabber off of my site. And you can do a search yourself. Yeah, is it better than the mini Spider? This is the test bench from Lee & Lee, that little Spider, you know, that I did? That's a mini ITX, but it's an open air design kind of thing. But yes, it would be in a way better than that for practical reasons, but still for imagination and creativity, that would certainly go to Lee & Lee for creating a mini ITX test bench like Spider thingy that's all aluminum. By the way, right now we're talking about the Silverstone SG07 small form factor mini ITX case, and here it is right now. Maybe I can prop it up here and you can have a closer look. Pray I don't drop this and smash my keyboards up and my phone and my desk. So here again at the top, we've got a large 180 millimeter fan. This fan comes with a removable dust filter. You can install a slim optical disk drive. You can install a 3.5 inch hard drive as well as two 2.5 inch hard drives here in this cage. Here's the 600 watt, I believe it's 600 watt custom, very good power supply. It's a 80 plus bronze certified power supply. Quite nice. You can see the look on the front. Got the power button there, a couple of USB 2 ports, audio ports. You can see the opening here for the slim optical disk drive. And by the way, all this comes out, this whole section comes out, this section comes out, so it opens up and you can install stuff fairly easily on the inside. Of course, this is a mini ITX case. And oh, at the back, you can see it right here. This is a place for the motherboard's auto shield plate, a couple of ventilated expansion slots, reset buttons at the back. You know, this is a great idea, having the reset button at the back, especially if you have kids around that like pressing buttons. And also a switch right here for controlling the top fan. You can adjust the speed of the fan from a low to a high speed. Okay, that is it for the second part of this live show. Now on to the next part, which is where I really highlight some interesting products or product. In this case, it's a couple of products. Let me restart the timer here so I don't forget. 10 more minutes here for this segment. So, interesting products, you say. I wonder what they'll be this week. You remember last week? Does anyone remember what we did last week? Green fire. Okay, first I'll go into this product. This is yet another laptop cooler. There seems to be lots of laptop coolers on the go these days. And if anyone's swearing right now saying, oh my beep, that is so beep and large. Yeah, it is pretty large. So, what is it? This is the Thermaltake Massive 23LX Ultra Performance Notebook Cooler. And yes, this is a very, very large notebook cooler. It includes a 200 millimeter fan. Huh? Yes, a 200 millimeter fan. It pushes 54 CFMs. It's 17 decibels. Let's have a closer look at it. It's comprised of aluminum and plastic. Very, very nice looking. Look at this thing. If you have a gaming notebook and you want something to cool it down, well, this might actually be it. Okay, let me quickly go over this thing. You've got handles. This is the first time I've seen handles on a notebook cooler. Yeah? Yeah, first time for me. You've got some rubber feet here. I guess so, rubber rests, not really feet. These are rubber rests for the notebook's feet to rest on so they don't, so it stays in position. Large 200 millimeter fan. Got the branding here, bottom right hand corner, Thermaltake. Not much at the back. You've got the rubber feet here at the back, so it will protect whatever surface you're putting it on. On the left side, there's two USB ports, as well as you can turn the fan, a switch, you can turn the fan on and off. So if you don't want to have the fan on, you don't have to. Because to be honest, all you need to do in most cases to cool down a notebook is to raise it, and this will certainly do that. This will raise it off the desk or off whatever you have it on. You can also turn the LED on this 200 millimeter fan on or off. That's pretty cool. And there's a little tiny LED right there as well. Anything on this side? Nothing on that side, but oh, what do we have here? You're probably wondering, where's the cable? There's always a cable with these notebook coolers that have fans on them. You see? Hidden away. So you plug this in here, and then this other end goes into the laptop. And this will power the fan, if of course you want to use the fan, which is good, very good, if you have a very powerful gaming notebook. Very nice. This is one of the best notebook coolers that I have seen so far. I mean, look at this thing. Good stuff. Okay. The next product is this. What is this? I'm reading the comments right now. What is this? It's a box. Yes, it is. This is a, somebody guessed it right, IC dock USB 3 2.5-inch external enclosure. 2.5-inch USB 3 external enclosure. You know, 2.5-inch enclosures these days are becoming very popular, and rightfully so, because a lot of 2.5-inch hard drives, not solid state drives, although they're getting larger as well, but normal 2.5-inch hard drives are getting very large, and they're great. They're fantastic, as a matter of fact, for storing data on. So this is the IC dock. Let me try and read the model number because it's quite long. MB668U3-1SB USB 3 screwless 2.5-inch serial ATA or SATA hard drive portable enclosure by IC dock. Should I open it or should I just leave it alone? Want me to open it? Okay, I have 3 minutes. Can I open this and show you what's inside and install a hard drive in 3 minutes? Open it, Matt! Open it! Rip it open! Are you ready? It's beautiful. No? So, we have external enclosure. Quite sleek. Kind of like a silver brushed aluminum end right here. Here's the power adapter and the USB 3 connection. Quite a nice looking external drive, external enclosure. You've got some ventilation right here, or what appears to be ventilation. What else is in the box? A user's manual. I only have 2 minutes left. I don't know if I'm going to have time to install a hard drive on this or not. Ooh, look at this. A pouch, a casing. And voila, it fits perfectly. This again is a 2.5-inch external enclosure, and it's USB 3 ready. So the pouch, we have a power adapter, but this is a power adapter for your computer system. Plug this end into the enclosure, and this end goes into the computer system, and that will power the hard drive or the solid state drive. And this is, anyone? The USB 3 cable. Notice the end on this. You probably can't see it, but very unique looking USB 3 connection. It goes in here, and then this end goes into the computer's USB 3 connection. Oh boy, I don't know. There's only a few seconds left to install a hard drive in this. It says on the packaging that it's a screwless 2.5-inch SATA hard drive portable enclosure. So is this really screwless? Do I need screws and a screwdriver to install this? Okay, I'll cancel the timer. I'll install the hard drive. Let's see how long this takes. There's a little release here on the back. Just switch it over, pop the top off. That was easy. Now insert or snap the hard drive on. That was easy. And now slip it back in. I wonder, will it work? Go in, man! Remember, this is a live broadcast, so anything can happen here. For some reason, it doesn't appear to be going in correctly. Ah, yes, I had to pinch it down a little bit. So here we go. Just kind of have to line it up properly for it to go in. And once you do that, it's quite easy to pop it in. So again, I'll take it out just to show you how easy this is. Hard drive. Pop it on here. Then just wiggle it a little bit. And that's it. Installed. Quite a nice external USB 3 2.5-inch enclosure. Well, folks, I'm sorry to say, but that concludes this live show number 6. So, thanks for showing up. Thanks to the moderators again for helping out, and thanks to the sponsors for sending all the stuff. Oh, and before I forget, I'll have more information hopefully next week on this stuff. You might have seen me wearing some interesting clothing in the last couple of video reviews. I'll have more on that. I'll have confirmation on that hopefully next week in the next live show. So again, thank you for showing up and have a great weekend. Take care.